Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the IPA call. Things are going to be a little bit different here today. Today, we have the Brent Palmer, who's going to be training us on 90 Days to CEO. For those of you that do not know who Brent Palmer is, you're definitely missing out. He's a 15 plus year industry veteran and chairperson three within our company here at partner.co. Without further ado, the Brent Palmer.
Sarah, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and share this 90-day run to CEO. But I want to share from a different light, okay? So I'm going to give you some assets at the end. So hang till the end. And I've got some assets to put up on the screen and share with you. But before, I kind of want to guide you along with beginning with the end in mind, okay? Because what you have to do in any company in our industry and with Partner Co, you got to figure out what is the activity, okay? But I want to share this with you really quick because this has been my experience in my years, and I'm so grateful to have an amazing mentor in the industry. Is that we, every single one on this call today, every single person watching the recording, if you're doing our profession, you're in one of the stages, okay, right now. And there's four stages always to growth in our profession, okay? To either growth or to or demise, okay? And I want to share this with you because I want you to think about you, okay? Or some people on your team maybe you're talking to on a daily basis. Number one, stage one is create and build. This is where you're actively enrolling customers and brand partners, and you're making moves and new volume bonus is kicking in. Stage two is manage. Manage is where you start thinking like, I need my team to go do this. I need my person to go get bigger, right? And you look up and you've let a few months creep past and you haven't actually been enrolling customers and brand partners and moving skinny drops. It just hadn't happened. If you stay and manage too long, you'll drift into stage three, which is defending why you're not growing. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Like it's excuses that you hear in this stage. And if you stay in stage three long enough, you will drift into stage four, which you start to blame. You start to blame your upline. They're not coming around like I need them to. You start blaming the products. You start blaming the comp plan or the system. I share all that with you not to be negative. I share it with you because we're all at one of the stages right now in our business. And listen, at any moment, I can hit the reset and go back to stage one. It's all a mindset. It's all a mindset. And so I share that with you because through the years, I've been at those stages. And I'm thankful for the stages because it teaches me to get back to stage one, which I know is the way to long-term success in our industry. So I'm going to start today with the end in mind. Okay. What do we want here? Okay. Now, why is CEO so powerful to me? Because I'm going to look at it like I optimize three lines of business. Okay. Because here's the thing I want to tell you activity equals volume, and volume equals paychecks, always. So I've got to find the right activity in my business, okay? Now, think about you today. Maybe you've went CEO. Here's what I challenge you to do. Do it again, right? If you've never been there, then focus on going there, okay? I want to share this with you. I want you to think, here's what CEO looks like to me. It looks like three lines of business, okay? Line one, line two, line three. And every line, every Friday ends with at least 13,334 in product volume in each of these lines, okay? That's the ultimate goal. That's looking at this with the end in mind. So every Friday I wake up and this is what it looks like, okay? Now, here's what I know when this happens. Here's our compensation plan. Here's what I know. I know that taking two lines to 13,334 every Friday is going to yield me probably somewhere between $12,000 to $16,000 a month of income. You go, Brent, how do you know that? Well, by doing these two lines, that's 2,000 in base pay. Okay. Now, I'm just going to say I'm going to use 1,000 for match pay. Really can't judge match pay because it could be way more than that. Okay. And then I'm going to say a global bonus pool of 400. Okay. Now, that's $3,400. If you multiply that times 4 weeks, you would get between $12,000 to $16,000 a month. Okay. Now, here's the beauty. Here's the beauty of this. You do another line of business. Okay. You do another line of business. I say it's between 25 and 30K a month. Okay. How do you get that, Brent? Well, by optimizing a third line, guess what? There's another 2,000 in base pay. Okay. Let's say 1,000 in match pay. Okay. Let's say another 400 in the global bonus. Okay. That's another 3,400 times 4. Okay. You do it every Friday. So when you think about this, you're looking at this, you can do the math. Okay. You can do the math. That's about $6,800 a week, right? Times 4. You're looking at 27,000 plus in earnings. And here's the thing, match pay could be more, but here's the things I haven't included: new volume bonus, retail profits. Okay. So many different other ways we're paid in the compensation plan. This is why, for me, I'm always focusing with the end in mind. Now, let me ask you a question today on this call. If you could, over time, get to $12,000 to $16,000 a month, would that change your life? If you could, over time, get to 25 to 30K a month, would that change your life? If the answer is yes, with the end in mind, then it's like, okay, what's the activity? Okay, because these are numbers. These, right? This is just possibility until you put the activity with it. So I want to share with you this morning. Okay, I want to take away the numbers. I want to take away the numbers, and I want to look and I want to focus on activity. Okay. And remember, I'm going to leave you with some assets at the end of this. So what if I told you that you're looking for 10 people? Okay. You're looking for 10 people. 10 people in a line. Give me just a second to draw this. Super important, because this is the visual that's always in my head. Okay. So let me ask you a question this morning. What if you filled up line 1 and you go, I'm going to use Ken Bailey, for instance. I'm going to use Todd Rowland, for instance. I'm going to use Freddie Malero. I'm just thinking of names. I'm going to use Crystal. Okay. Crystal Vance. I'm going to use Andrea Rosser. Okay. And here's the thing. All of these people you're thinking at right now, man, these are big earners with our company. Here's what I'm here to tell you. They started as a beginner. Brent Palmer started as a football coach that was broke. Somebody invested in Brent Palmer. Okay. So my lines have to be, okay, people's names that's willing to do what? Post twice a day, post 2 times a day. Okay. But it doesn't stop there. I'm having conversations. Once I get someone like Ken posting twice a day, guess what? Now I'm on the phone with him daily. He becomes my best friend. We're doing drop talks together. We're teaching Ken how to be better at converting customers to brand partners. Okay. We're teaching Ken now how to do a Super Saturday for the first time because he's got enough energy. Here's my goal. I want to get 1,500 in PV from Ken. Okay. Coming in a week. Now, this is Ken's production, Ken's personal consumption, Ken going and getting customers, Ken building a team. How many of you would say in the chats that Ken Bailey is driving in 1,500 points a week through his name? Absolutely. And guess what? Ken started as a beginner years ago. Somebody connected with Ken and started to work with Ken, started to do drop talks with Ken, started to do two-on-ones with Ken, started to build a relationship with Ken. Connecting with people is what sometimes separates these names not ever materializing into Ken Bailey or Todd Rowland or Sarah Weaver or Andrew Rosser, right? It takes someone. Does that make sense? Like someone had to show up. So I'm looking for 10 people that, yes, I can start them using our system of growth, posting twice a day. And if they're willing to do that, then guess what I'm willing to do? I'm willing to step a little further and start to have conversations with them. And guess what? Show them how to convert, show them how to do a drop talk, go do a Super Saturday with them, go get them to a Connect event. Like I'm becoming a best friend. Okay. Now, this is what you're filling up in your lines is people, right? I share that with you because so many people, this is my visual. What happens when I have 10 people that are working personally and every week they generate over 1,500 points of product running through their business, through their own personal consumptions, through their customer generation, through their converting customers to brand partners, and then building a team of people. Guess what? 1,500 PV a week times 10, that's over 15,000 PV, right? Plus, guess what you just did? You optimized that line. But so many times when I ask people, who's your 10? They might have names, but they didn't build, and they're not building a relationship with the names. They're not coaching them. They're not moving them from 2 posts a day to converting customers to brand partners, to doing drop talks, to then doing Super Saturdays, to then moving them to Connect events and PXPs. That is the key to creating long-term growth. And when 3 lines of business has people that you're looking at, okay? Now, are you going to lose people along the way? Yeah, life will get them sometimes. That's life, right? Right? And you move another person in and you continue to love on that person. Okay? But at the end of the day, when you're looking at these 10 in each line and you go, if I do 3 lines, 25 to 30K a month, would it be worth it to work with people? Will I be CEO? Absolutely. Can I do it in 90 days? It's already been done. It has already happened. Okay. And I'm about to show you that. So in the comments, I hope this makes sense to you, because my thing is, I pray that you can catch a different glimpse, because it's way bigger to me than just drawing up 3 lines, 13,334, get to 25 to 30K. Let me tell you something. Do you think you would have to work hard at a regular job to make $25,000 to $30,000 a month? 1,000%. I always tell people when they're looking at the business, if you ever start to drift off into manage mode or defending why you're not growing or blaming, go back and look at your commission summaries over the last 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, and look at what you're making. Okay? What you're making is reflected on the activity that's driving the volume, that's creating the paychecks. If you want that number bigger, we've got to go drive more activity with more people, and that will always take care of the volume. And sometimes you have to look and go, oh my goodness, I came from a company that maybe paid 1 time a month. And I don't really realize that these weekly checks add up. But if you'd go to that commission summary and treat it like a business, guess what? It will show you something to be grateful for, because you're making a lot of money here. Okay. Now, I want to show you this as we close. I want to pull up one slide, and here's what I want you to think about. Here's an asset for you. Don't think about, oh man, I've done this before. Here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about, at any point in time with the right mindset, you can make a pivot. You can make a pivot. And so I want to show you the 90 days to CEO as Brent Palmer sees it. So month one, it could be the start of December. I go, you know what? I am going to get 30 customers this month. I'm going to do it through posting twice a day. I'm going to do it through wearing my skinny drop pen. I'm going to do it by getting out in the world and talking to people about what this amazing product is doing in people's lives. But I'm going to get 30 customers in December. And guess what? You're going to make up to $2,400 in the month of December by doing that. Congratulations. We just paid you well. Okay? Now, but you did it for a bigger reason. Because in month two, you're going to follow up with the month one customers. And here's what I'm forecasting. You got to believe that you're going to convert those customers to brand partners. And you got to be intentional with having those conversations, with having your upline do a Zoom with you or a phone call with you to convert them to brand partners. And then you onboard them correctly, okay? And here's my thing. If you were to convert 20 of your customers from December into brand partners and moved them into 2 lines of business and got them posting twice a day, like I'm starting 10 and 10. I'm starting to develop a relationship. I'm starting to turn them into a Ken Bailey. But it starts at the beginning, right? The end in mind is Ken Bailey. The beginning is what? I got a brand new person that has to start just like he started, posting twice a day. And then I'm going to teach them how to convert. Then I'm going to teach them how to do a drop talk. Then I'm going to teach them how to do a super Saturday. Okay. But during the month, so this is all taking place in January, right? You're following up with your customers from December. You're moving them over. You're moving 10 people in each line that you're working with. But you're also still committed to doing what? Getting another 30 customers in January. In a month where everybody's looking for New Year's resolution. Everybody's running for opportunity in 2025 with their health, with where their life is. You're going to go out and you're going to get 30 customers in January. Any way you can, 2 posts a day, putting them on your stories, wearing your button, getting out and getting those customers. Challenge yourself to get the customers in January. So not only are you enrolling brand partners, and now you've moved them into 2 lines of business. Now you're also generating your next pipeline funnel for guess what? Month 3, February. Holy moly, look at February. Now we're following up with people in January's customers. And now maybe we only get 10 of those converted. Maybe we get 20, maybe we get 30. But guess what? Let's just look at 10. I put them in my line 3. Again, now I'm calling them every day. Those 10 become my best friend. Like I'm running 2 by 2 with them every day, you know? And I'm just using myself. Like I don't have time to run with Crystal because I got 10 new people to run with, right? I don't have time to run with Michelle McKay because I got 10 new people I'm developing, okay? To merge it into 3 lines of business. And guess what? It's not going to start out optimizing every single week of the month, but that's my end goal. I'm beginning with the end in mind. And as I move into February, I have the opportunity of moving 3 lines of business, 10 active people in each of those lines of business. And it just takes 10 committed to doing what? I'm thinking I'm going to generate 1,500 points of product through each of those names each week, okay? Through their own personal consumption, okay? Through them getting customers, through them building a team, right? I'm looking for those 10. And then I'm going to give you the last asset. The last asset is I always have this visual in front of me, okay? And that is what I drew on the board for you. The 3 lines of business, the possibility of what the 3 lines of business could do, okay? And if you've been there before, go do it again. Can you imagine having 6 lines of business, right? But if you've never done that, then it's a commitment to go, okay, here's the end game. Now, I got to fill in the boxes with people's names that I'm working with daily. Would I be willing to work with 30 people daily to help me, and I'm sitting there possibly earning 25 to 30,000 a month. Would it be worth it to me to work with 30 human beings on a daily basis, teaching them how to post twice a day, teaching them how to do social media, teaching them how to do drop talks, super Saturdays, get to connect events, get to PXP. And then you look up and you're like, wow, now I'm optimizing every single Friday because of me spending time with humans, developing a relationship. And you look back and you go, half of these people or all of these people I didn't even know when I started, but now we're best friends. Now we are professionals in this industry. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 90-day run to CEO. It's the right mindset, it's the right attitude. And what it does is it drives you back up into stage one, which is create and build. And if you want to create walk away income in this industry and you want to build a huge downline that you never have to worry about going away, then guess what? You stay up into that stage one. You stay up in there and you keep that mindset right, and you absolutely can create this here. Sarah, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you so much for that, Brent. That was wonderful nuggets. And I don't know about everybody here, but I'm ready to get to CEO. Everybody give him a round of applause. Thank you so much, Brent, for all of your knowledge and for being here today and for training.